You should not try to do what you are seeing, because it is done by only people who have gone through rigorous training to ensure they are fit to do it with minimal harm. This is Chirangira Village, Mukono District, where a hired training ground here is resting on 4 acres for those captivated and fascinated by wrestling. We are informed that currently about 80 players are undergoing training in this place. Those from distant places are provided with accommodation on the very premises. Before the training session, the participants begin by taking some porridge to gain energy for the rigorous activity. The next level is lifting some weights.
38, let's go. Aya. 50. Wow.
From here, they slope to the soft ground, where they still do some warm-up exercises before getting into the ring. To get into shape, participants showcase some of the techniques to be deployed in the real fight. One of the moves is the snap power, where a fighter lifts the opponent before throwing him behind on the back.
Execute!
We saw the fighters practice a move called the Mexican latigo, where you target to throw the opponent over the head.
Execute!
They also applied the choke slam, where the fighter targets the neck to lift the opponent before hitting them down. There was the vertical delayed suplex technique practice, which involves lifting the opponent up in the skies before being released down with all force. The most interesting moves of the game is the stunning power bomb, where a fighter puts the head of his opponent between his legs, holding tight his belly, and the spear move, which involves hitting the opponent like a bull does in a fight. After all this warm-up, we are informed that each participant is now set to get in the fighting ring to tussle it out. However, they first have to clean the mud off their bodies.
It helps them to have a visual clear effect, clear sight of the match.
This ground is made of clay, and it is first dug up to soften it before a fight. The ring pillars or poles are made of bamboo with ordinary ropes to act as turnbuckles. There are 2 special corners, one with a soft piece of mattress and another with a wooden staircase.
This wooden staircase is where they climb to get to the top turnbuckle.
As the ring is being prepared, this Briton who enjoys this sport makes a stopover to catch a glimpse of the action. When it's time for the real fight, supporters of the different camps gather around the ring before an announcer comes out of the crowd in style to make an announcement in a voice that leaves everyone in suspense.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the advocate to the Softground heavyweight champion, Adnan Herman!
The announced wrestlers come out with all the swag and cheering from their supporters as the ref is on standby to start the game. The fight could be between 2 people. The game puts those watching on tension when you see one who seemed stronger being taken down. While in here, the fighter has an option of climbing the wooden staircase to make a diving splash to send his opponent like a collapsing wall. The ref makes a count of 3 while hitting the floor before a bell is rung to confirm a victory over one defeated. There is also a fight of 3 in the same ring, with whoever wins taking the belt. This is a time to display all the moves and skills for the game to be full of fun. One also has an option of throwing his opponent into the bamboo pillars, standing in the corners of the ring. While we thought there were prior discussions between the fighters on the winner, we were told that this is actually not the case. In the women's category, the fight attracted 3 participants. They too showcased their different moves. We engaged some on why they chose such a sport.
Inspired me in this sport. First of all, wrestling is a combat sport that involves grappling type techniques such as throws, power drivers, among others. It inspired me. What we do is professional wrestling. So it is somehow dangerous, it is risky, but when you get the skills, everything is okay.
Daniel Bumba and Arthur Simwe are championing this sport. They share how they came up with this dream.
First of all, I'm a wrestling fan. Secondly, we saw that wrestling in Uganda is fading away, and we wanted to find ways of bringing it back. This time a professional one, like the ones we watch on TV.
We were told that at first, some neighbors were skeptical about the group and reported the matter to the authorities. They are currently finalizing with the processes to have this sport registered.
It's the first of its kind, and we have to go through all the process of getting it registered and legally running. So apparently we have about 60% to 70% of the work we have really done. We have approached National Council of Sports.
While wrestling is known as a dangerous sport, Bumba shares how those involved can avoid getting hurt.
Any sport can be dangerous, even soccer is dangerous. So if you're in a ring, every single talent you see out there is trained. These people are trained for over a year, less than 8 months. So accidents, yes, do happen, but everything we do and practice it in the ring we have to be very careful.
The sport comes with some challenges that were shared with us.
We don't have a ring. We don't have costumes for these kids. For example, the knee cap, the elbow cap. We are having challenges with the landowner. Of course, he would want to do much more with his land.
At the moment, the sport relies on well-wishers who enjoy it. Whoever wants to undergo training pays 150,000 shillings in addition to other requirements before one is allowed to get started. This month of March, this group is to celebrate a 1-year anniversary in this place. Before we left, a parent had showed up with her daughter, a fresh graduate of Senior 4, whom she wants to get trained in this sport. The pioneers of this sport in Uganda shared their bigger dream.
We're going to elevate these people. With time, we're going to be the biggest wrestling company in East and Central Africa, if not Africa.
Despite the lack of a modern ring setup, the group is attracting several attention because of the striking skills and dedication. The sport welcomes people of every size, gender and shape. It is just a matter of time to see whether this initiative is developed into professional wrestling. Patrick Senyondo,